The best way to make money in the technology industry, like any other industry, is to be an owner of a piece of a business. You're not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of a business, to gain your financial freedom. So, how do you gain substantial equity in a business? The classic models are you start a company and you become successful. This works as a founder. You own a big piece. It's high stress, very grueling. Very few companies succeed. You may have to get back up at the plate and take a few rounds at bat. It may take you a while. A second way is you can be an extremely competent execution person who gets recognized so that when the next successful company is scaling, whether it's an Uber or Dropbox, then Travis or Drew call up their favorite investors and say, hey, who are your 10 best engineers that you work with that I can recruit right now? Who are the 10 best designers you've worked with that I can recruit right now? And someone who's done a great job at other companies for investors and entrepreneurs before will get paid a fairly large amount of equity for joining a company that's already solved product market fit and is a rocket ship. Then finally, you can do it as an investor. And as the hits become bigger and bigger and the returns become more and more nonlinear, it makes more and more sense to play as an investor and a little bit less sense to play as a founder. The reason for this is because the upside is nonlinear. When you invest in a startup, you could, in theory, make 100x, 1,000x, a 5,000x, a 10,000x return if you were in a Facebook seed round, for example. And your own company, you may own a lot more of it, but you may only make a 10x or 100x return. The human brain is not wired to understand nonlinearities. But the people who do, people like Paul Graham and Peter Thiel, end up becoming billionaires as investors rather than through companies that they had themselves directly started. There's a famous line, know something about everything and know everything about something. So in that sense, it's great to have been a founder and then also to do some investing.
The modern version of this quote for founders is, focus on your work and invest in your network. No investor would put all their eggs in one basket. Why should you? The smart money isn't out there trying to find the solution to product market fit. It's betting on a lot of reasonable solutions instead.
Now, being a founder is a lot more fulfilling. Many of the investors, they wish that they were building something that does give you a deeper sense of purpose. There is that sense of teamwork and really being involved. On the other hand, it burns you out and it ages you quickly. Being a founder your entire life is a very tough road, and most people do not have the constitution for it. Angel investing is something you can be doing when you're 50, when you're 60, when you're 70 years old. It's something you can do part-time. It's something you can do if you're partially retired or if you're on maternity leave or paternity leave. It's something that you can get better at even if you're not devoting yourself completely to that field. And it's something that can make you money when you're too tired or have too big of a family or have some kind of a health issue. So you can't just be cranking as an entrepreneur.
Your judgment and your access to deal flow also go up as you get older. It takes a long time to learn, but angel investing is one of the few things you can actually get better at until the day you die.
Warren Buffett is one of the richest self-made people on the planet because he's been compounding for a long, long time. He started reading annual reports when he was 10, 11, 12 years old, and he's been going strong. If he'd started after college instead of starting when he was 10 years old, he would be nowhere near the top 400 lists on Forbes because the magic of compounding wouldn't have worked.